and a greater school of law. And I congratulate you. With those introductory words out of the way, I want to now introduce your permanent class president, Francie Blake, and your Student Bar Association president and class agent, Tom Hillebrand. And we'll have a few words from Tom.
Hello, everyone, and good afternoon. Thank you, Dean Farnsworth, for that introduction. I want to first personally thank the class of 2014 permanent class president, Francie Blake, for allowing me to give the speech today. It is a truly humbling experience, and I'm honored to give it. Next, I want to thank my family, who until a few minutes ago, when they got their program, didn't know I was going to do this, so got it. Keeping this a secret was about the hardest thing I've done in law school since 4-day weekends, finishing finals before my birthday, and as many pass-fail credits as I could have possibly fit into my schedule. To wrap it up, I'd like to thank my beautiful fiancée, Maria, without whom I certainly could not have gotten through the uglier parts of law school. I know you do not care about purchase money security interests. I know you do not care about the interplay of federal and state environmental regulations in the oil and gas industry. However, you heard me complain about them nevertheless. For that, I'm eternally grateful. Thank you to everyone who's given me so much in all these years. I wouldn't be standing here today if it weren't for your unending drive and dedication. But back to complaining. I want to thank and congratulate all of the parents, grandparents, significant others, friends, everyone out there. You're the real heroes, because while we sat in class, most certainly not G-chatting, you were dealing with our never-ending complaints about our own personal life choices. From snarky Facebook comments to outright nervous breakdowns, you stood with us and gave us the support to walk across this stage today. We cannot express possibly how thankful we are. Now, as I sat down a very responsible time before graduation to write down my thoughts for today, I tried to think of a few experiences that truly summed up my experience here at Texas. And there certainly were no shortage of them. Bar reviews, barge parties, late-night study sessions at coffee shops, and the utter hatred of every single smiling person during finals. You name it, we did it. But as I thought of a quintessential moment, I couldn't help but think it wasn't what I did here, it was who I was with. I've met some of the most amazing people I could ever imagine at the University of Texas. People who I know are going to change the world. People who are going to be my friends for the rest of my life. A minute ago, I said I was humbled to be here, and I truly mean it. The dedication, drive, and excellence that each of you showed in the 3 years here at the UT amaze me to this day, and I count myself lucky to be a part of this class. The elite law schools are known to be unbearably competitive places where people rip pages out of books, sabotage notes, and raise their hands seconds before class is supposed to leave, keeping you over some tiny portion of the law that is not on the exam. And that's just not true here. UT is undoubtedly an elite law school, but it's also a family. Here we're all Longhorns, and I look forward to working with my fellow Longhorns far into the future. For 3 years, we've challenged each other to work harder, be more dedicated, more compassionate, more driven, to excel in every single thing that we attempt. And this little thing we call the curve is certainly exacerbated that competition. But the point is, we've made each other better, and there is certainly no end in sight. As I look out to you all today, I see future judges, litigators, deal makers, senators, and God knows what else we'll get ourselves into. But what I do know is that it will be spectacular. Now, if you told me 3 years ago that I'd be standing before you today wearing a seersucker suit and cowboy boots, I'd probably tell you you're crazy. But that's the magic of this place. It makes you fall in love. It makes Texas a part of you. One caveat, I did get my first pair of cowboy boots before I came to Texas, but I will say they feel much more comfortable down here, and I don't know why that is. But UT Law is so much more than a school. In my opinion, it is the best school. The professors here are at the cutting edge of every field. Professor Johansson teaches the entire country wills and estates, but only we get to see him in full Elvis costume on the last day. The entire country uses Dean Smith's oil and gas book, but only we get to hear his perfectly timed voice talking about pooling clauses. We obviously pay for this honor by needing the most current case books, but remember, page numbers are very important, and if they change, you need to know. But here we sit, done forever with studying the law, except for the bar. But parents, you'll hear about it if you don't know. It's going to be awesome. That complaining I talked about earlier, it's coming back. Our brains are changed. Now we think like lawyers. Everything we see, we take it in with the mind of a lawyer, and we see all of the torts that are about to happen every single day. We will never again hear the music in the library telling us to go home, to reconnect with our family and our friends and our loved ones, and those who we neglected for weeks on end with no sight. No, law school's over. Today we get to walk out of about 20 years of school, maybe more for some of us. So, cue up the sappy graduation music as the class of 2014 prepares for what lies ahead and scatters themselves to the winds to continue their amazing stories. Although we will not see each other every day, I think we will all carry a little bit of this school and ourselves with each of us. 3 years ago, we began our journey. Some of us were already burnt orange faithful, while some of us, like me, were just beginning to drink that particular Kool-Aid. But today, standing here, I couldn't be happier to say that I will always and forever be a Texas Longhorn. It wasn't always fun, but it's an experience that none of us will ever forget. Thank you to everyone who has been a part of this amazing ride. Congratulations to the class of 2014. God bless you all, this university, and in the great words of Alan Jackson, God bless Texas.